Come to track in the week. On Monday, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai left the ruling All Progressive Congress and joined the Social Democratic Party. El-Rufai made the announcement in a statement expressing his dissatisfaction with the APC's leadership style. El-Rufai claimed that after voicing his concerns in public and private about the party's capricious trajectory in recent years, he has decided to look for another political platform to pursue progressive values. El-Rufai also stated that following discussions with his mentors, colleagues and supporters nationwide regarding his future, he had written to his ward in Kaduna North local government area of the Northwest State to resign his membership in the APC effective immediately. Also on Monday, Lagos lawmaker appear in court for a continuation of court case involving Lagos State lawmakers and the Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa, which was adjourned on Friday, March 7 by the Lagos State High Court sitting in Ikeja. However, while the court proceedings went on, an argument ensued in which counsel to the House of Assembly, Femi Falana stated that there is conflict of who exactly is a counsel, and if the court proves that he is not wanted in the case, he can leave since another lawyer shows up as a counsel of the House of Assembly. The presiding judge, Justice Yetunde Pinero, insisted she will take all processes together, including the facts and issues raised. The court took a recess of 7 minutes, after which Justice Pinero adjourned to Monday, March 17, for the hearing of all pending applications. On Tuesday, the Nigerian Senate asked Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to conduct by-elections to fill the vacant seats in Edo Central and Anambra South senatorial districts. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, announced this during plenary, officially declaring the vacancies. Correspondent Kunle Ojo reported that the upper chamber had declared the Edo Central seat vacant in 2024 following the inauguration of Monday Okpebholo as governor of Edo State in December after his election. Similarly, the Anambra South seat has remained unoccupied since the passing of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah in July 2024, with both senatorial districts currently unrepresented in the upper legislative chamber. Akpabio urged INEC to conduct elections to restore representation of the affected constituencies. Also on Tuesday, the House of Representatives urged the Central Bank of Nigeria to suspend the increase in ATM transaction charges and the stoppage of free ATM withdrawals for customers of other banks. This decision followed the motion of urgent public importance moved by Honorable Marcus Onobun from Edo State. Honorable Onobun expressed concern that Nigerians are already struggling with economic hardship, including high inflation, fuel price hikes, electricity tariff increases, and excessive banking charges, all of which reduce disposable income. He warned that additional ATM withdrawal charges could discourage low-income earners from using banking services, undermining the CBN's financial inclusion agenda. On Wednesday, worried by the incessant loss of lives and properties in Benue State, the Senate called for urgent action to address the rising insecurity in the state. At the plenary, the Senate urged the federal government to establish a military base in the Benue Northwest senatorial district to prevent further attacks by its men. After a brief debate on the matter, the Senate asked the National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) to provide relief materials to those affected, though the minority leader Abba Moro expressed worry over the silence and inaction of Governor Hyacinth Ali on the matter. The Senate unanimously urged the Benue State government to enforce the open grazing provision and ranching law to avoid subsequent clashes. Still on Wednesday, 4 people were confirmed dead in the tanker explosion which occurred on Tuesday evening around Otedola Bridge, Lagos. Following the inferno involving a gas tanker that tumbled around Otedola Bridge, 30 dead bodies were evacuated by Lagos State Emergency Management Agency last summer, while one more body suspected to have been the tanker driver was found on Wednesday, making it a total of 4. The tanker was said to have supplied gas to a nearby gas station, and the brake failed as he was disembarking, and it tumbled, which led to the explosion. A story building close to the accident site along with some cars got burnt in the accident. An eyewitness who simply identified himself as Rafiu narrated the experience. When speaking with journalists, the General Manager of Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, said their agency was the first responder before other rescue teams arrived. Other victims who had varying degrees of injuries have been taken to Gbagada Hospital. On Thursday, amid the controversy rocking the Nigerian Senate, the Red Chamber passed a vote of confidence in the leadership of Senate President Godswill Akpabio. This comes after Senate leader Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, under Others 40 and 51, moved the motion on the recent controversy surrounding the upper chamber, underscoring the need for clarity, adherence to legislative rules, and a renewed focus on governance. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, representing Kogi Central, was suspended by the Senate following allegations of sexual harassment against the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Speaking on the floor of the Senate, Senator Bamidele acknowledged heightened public interest in the matter due to allegations made by a fellow senator. Still on Thursday, the House of Representatives Committee on Finance proposed tax exemption on personal income of military personnel in Nigeria. The chairman of the committee, Abiodun Falike, disclosed this during the clause-by-clause consideration of the 4 tax bills transmitted to the Parliament by President Bola Tinubu in October 2024. Speaking at the event, Falike said, "Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the committee proposed the personal income of military personnel should be exempted from the tax. This is because of the critical nature of their assignment." The proposal was unanimously endorsed. On Friday, in a fresh twist to the Kano Emirates leadership dispute, the Court of Appeal in Abuja restrained the enforcement of its January 10 judgment that upheld the Kano state government's repeal of the 2019 Emirate Council law pending the determination of an appeal at the Supreme Court. The Court of Appeal in Kano set aside the June 20 order by Justice Abubakar Liman of the Federal High Court Kano, nullifying the steps action taken by Kano state government pursuant to Kano State Emirate Council Repeal Law 2024, including appointment of Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as the 16th Emir of Kano. The Court of Appeal Kano, which sat in Abuja, held that the order nullifying the steps taken by the Kano state government under the 2024 Emirate Council Law was made by Justice Liman without jurisdiction. Lastly, on Friday, the Rivers State House of Assembly has adjourned the sittings indefinitely. The decision to adjourn legislative duties indefinitely was reached during plenary presided over by the Speaker Martin Amaewhule in Port Harcourt. The development comes hours after the state governor Siminalayi Fubara wrote to the Speaker informing him of his intention to visit the House to present the 2025 appropriation bill for consideration and approval. The governor, in a letter dated March 13, and addressed to the Speaker Martin Amaewhule, said he intends to present the budget on Wednesday, March 19, 2025, or any other day within March that the House may deem fit. Fubara said his decision is in compliance with the Supreme Court judgment and in response to the lawmakers' request for him to represent the budget. And that's it on Track in the Week.